Hey guys, Xana here, and today I'm going to be doing a show-off and review of the Sony Xperia Ion 4G from AT&T. Now, this phone, as you can see right off the bat, is about the size of the Motorola Droid Razr, and it's 3 times the size as my old HTC Aria. I got this phone because, well, I'm a Sony fan, and 2, it's a powerhouse, and it has 4G, and it was free from Best Buy. So first, let's look at the overall form factor of this phone. As you see, it's very slim, not that thick. It's round, it's got sharp edges, not that sharp though, rounded at the corners. It has a front-facing camera and a 12 megapixel back camera. This is one of the highlights of why I got this phone. If you've just seen my TechieSig Vanilla e-liquid review, this is the camera I've been using. It also comes with an LED flash. At the bottom here, there's the nice Sony Xperia logo, or I like to call it a logo because I haven't exactly seen it anywhere else, but you know what I'm saying. See, on the side, dedicated volume button, and then there's the power button, and then over here is a dedicated camera button. Even if you can even use it when the phone's locked and take a picture. And that's actually one of the bad things about this phone, is that because of these shortcuts, you can easily unlock to the home screen, even if you had the password on. On the bottom, there's absolutely nothing but a microphone, and on the other side is a hatch leading to, give me a second, I can't find the part that goes to my tripod for my camera, so I'm doing this free-handed, so bear with me. And here is an HDMI mini and regular USB mini. Now, when I first got this, I thought the only charger that would fit is the one that came with my phone, but I realized that it was upside down, or it needed to be placed in upside down. And then on the top is a 3.5mm headphone jack / mic jack, which I absolutely love. And that's about it. And here's my HTC Aria. If you haven't seen it, it's cracked. You can obviously see damage on here, wear and tear. The sad thing is, this is my second HTC Aria. The first one, the sleep power button wasn't working for whatever reason, but other than that, it was a completely functional phone. This one, I dropped flat on a concrete surface and the screen cracked. And here's a size comparison of the phone itself. As you see, the Xperia completely dwarfs the Xperia completely dwarfs my Aria in terms of size. And because because the Xperia Ion doesn't have any of the software restrictions like the Aria did, I can now install stuff like Firefox and Chrome and whatnot. Now let's take a look at the graphical design of this phone. Let me turn that off. Unlock. Let's go home. As you see, nothing too special. It's really fancy looking here. Let's just do this from the top, bottom. Yeah, I wish I had my tripod part, but sadly I can't find it, so this is going to be free-handed. So as you see, everything is smooth sailing, smooth scrolling, not lag if at all. All the buttons and widgets look absolutely beautiful. And down here is a dock. You can add things and remove things. I think if you hold, or you can delete them. And there's a trash can down there. Didn't mean to do that, but oh well. And it doesn't scroll to the side. Let's see. This is one of the mini clocks, and keep in mind as well, I just recently upgraded the firmware of this phone, so some of the things you may see on the default phone that you get are different on this. Let's take a look at some of the default applications on here, like messaging. Now, messaging is slightly different here. As you can see down here, you have dedicated what should I call it? I don't know. Dedicated buttons for different types of messaging. Like for down here, if you press the music button or the music note, you have sound recorder and Walkman, which is the default music player on the Xperia, because obviously Obviously, so Walkman is Sony. Yeah, sorry. Let's see, going back. If you press this, it brings you to the camera, which is a pretty damn nice camera. May I add? Let's see, going back. I'll show you the camera later. Oops. Let's see. And yeah, this has a gyroscope too, so it's easy to tilt the screen and make it slide. I see, and then pressing this takes you to Astro. I have no idea what that is. I'm not even going to touch it. I know it's a photo app album, but oh well. And then it fuck that. No, fuck you, get back. Let's try to get album. And now I'm going to review album right here, right now, because it's so beautiful. Album, it's what you expect. The really recent picture that you recently took is at the top left, with all the other pictures way at the bottom here. Pretty good. You can choose any one of these, and it sets it into the message, and then you can send it. It really takes less than 3 seconds to send any sort of multimedia message, no matter what it is. Sadly, I don't think this has video messaging, so that's out of the question. Let's see, going back, and let's see, what other shit. Let's take a look at the phone. So, here's the phone. The dial pad is extremely big, and sadly, one of the things about this is that if you dial some buttons and leave the app and come back to it, it's still there. And unlike my Aria, you have to press call twice on here to quick dial whatever phone number you dialed last. And then up here, our favorites. I think conversation, am I right? Conversation? Nope. Groups and your regular old contact list, which it's failed to connect to AT&T, but I could care less. And then here's the dial pad phone, and here's where you get rid of it. Let's see, under options, not much here. Speed dial settings, hot call log, etc., etc. Let's see, going back. Let's see, we're connected to Wi-Fi. Let's turn that off and connect to 4G. Out here in Morrison, Illinois, we do have 4G, which is fucking awesome because it's as fast as the Wi-Fi out here. Actually, a little bit faster. So let's go to the default web browser instead of Chrome. Funny thing, before I got the firmware update, I could not install Chrome, period. Now with this software update, it came with Chrome. It's the oddest thing in the world. So let's go to browser and basically take a speed test. Let's go to morrison.edu. Even better, let's do a Google search. I typed in Morrison Institute of Technology, pressing go on the default web browser on 4G. It's pretty speedy. And then going to the website itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, this is pathetic, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. About 20 seconds to 17 seconds. I don't know what was happening there. Probably a glitch. If I go back and try reloading it. Pretty decent speed. Now if I go to Chrome, it'll probably give me the same results. Let me just type it in. That stupid fucker. Morrison Institute of Technology. If I search for it on Chrome, lightning fast. If I go to it on Chrome, even faster than the default web browser. I like to use Chrome a lot more often than the default web browser for quite obvious reasons. Now let's go to my Facebook, see how fast that loads. Off of 4G. Pretty goddamn fast, and loads page is fast. If I scroll down, it gets to about the full page loading everything. I say I'm about halfway down. Like that. Yeah, let's see. Some of the default apps on here. Now, the really default ones I got on here, obviously Alarm and Clock. The Kindle app, which I'm not even going to use, so it's pointless to me. Astro, AT&T Code Scanner, AT&T Family Map, AT&T Navigator. The battery widget I got on my own. Brightest flashlight in the world for obvious reasons. Let's see. Browser. Pretty decent web browser. I tried putting Firefox on here. I like it, but I like Chrome a lot better. Let's see. Calendar, calculator, camera. Let me show you the camera really quick. Now, the camera is a fucking powerhouse. 12 megapixels. It's better and it's better than my camera right here, which is only 5 megapixel. But oh well, what are you gonna do? The camera. Oh fuck. The camera obviously has a LED flash. Let me show you. It has an autofill, has a flash fill, and a red eye reduction. So if I do auto, take a picture of this Pepsi can. Panorama. It's a pretty goddamn good looking picture. Yep, you can't be clarity that good with this. I think the Samsung Galaxy S3 has only an 8 megapixel camera. Let's see. And then if you go up here, you have more options. Scene recognition, normal, that's what we're on. Front facing camera. Now, the front facing camera, from what I understand, it's 720p. But it's a lower pixel than the 12 megapixel. I believe it's like a 1.5 megapixel, but it's still pretty good looking. It's good for making portrait pictures of yourself, which are really good. And then the video camera, on the other hand, is really good as well. The back-facing one is the one I used yesterday for the vanilla cartridge. The vanilla e-liquid review. The front-facing one I haven't used much except for that one blog video that just got re-put up as a public. And then going back to the thing here. Let's see, coin flip. I put that on here. Connected devices. Now, I think this is the same thing that the Galaxy S3 has, but instead it connects to your PC and other Sony devices. Contacts, we know what that is. Double twist, I put that on here. Downloads, I think it's just a simple download manager. Nothing special. Going forward, email. It's pretty good. I prefer not to use Gmail because I just don't like it. I like using the native app on here. It's pretty simple. Check mark, delete, accept. Couldn't be any simpler. And going back. Yeah, not much here. Moving on to the next apps. Facebook came on here as default. It's the most up-to-date. Films, I'm guessing that's like a ticket manager. FM radio, can't live without it. Google Plus, didn't put that on here. Must have did it itself. Now, I don't really like using Google Plus, so I see no use for it. Live TV, haven't used it, probably not going to. Livewire, never heard of it, never going to use. Local, probably to see where you're located at. Maps, I use quite often, and in fact, it's a pretty good. It's Google Maps, but it's a lot better. And the navigation voice on here is actually more human sounding. Keyword human. Messages, this is quite an interesting app. I haven't used it because I have to put in my account stuff for AT&T, but from what I understand, it keeps your text messages, voicemail, and all stuff like that in one little area, so you can check it. Moving on, messages, we've already been there. Google Plus Messenger, what by the looks of it, probably will never use it. Movies, probably the same as films. My AT&T, not going to use. Navigation, just covered it. Notes, let's take a look at notes. I haven't used it, but it's probably like quick notes like in the iPhone. Office Suite, it's quick office, haven't used it, probably won't use it. Phone, we've already looked at it. Google. Alright, the next few apps I'm about to mention I'll never use in my life. Playbook, movie, play music, I'll never use. Play Store, let's see. It is a bigger version of Play Store, like on the HTC Aria, and the menus are slightly different because it's on a different phone. And that's going to take forever to load. Oh wait, there it is. Yeah, it's the dang Play Store. And there's a lot more apps for me to upgrade because I have a new phone, and with a lot of apps I won't even use. Go back. Alright, moving on. Power Saver. It allows you to choose different power saving settings. And the same thing goes with the power toggles. See, Google search, it's Google search, nothing there. Now the settings menu is quite different after the firmware upgrade. As you see here, instead of there being a separate menu for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and data usage and all that stuff, they're all right here as switches. You can click them to choose different Wi-Fi connections and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, it's all the default Android, all the default menus and what you would expect to see. Let's see. Setup 1, 2, 3. Never reused it. Probably won't. Slenderman. I downloaded that. Solitaire. I then downloaded. Speed Test. Downloaded Google Talk. I'll never use. Timescape. Never use. Update Center. I've got it on the PC. Walkman. I don't use it, even though it's really good looking. I prefer Double Twist. Weatherbug. I downloaded that. YouTube. It's the standard YouTube app. I prefer the web browser one. And Yellow Page Mobile. Meh. That's all I have to say. Well, we just got done with the apps. Now, let's see. Up here, I just pressed menu. That would normally give me the settings, but up here, it gives me different things. Like up here, here's where you add the apps and stuff. Now, on this new update firmware, it's now a tile menu of what you want to add. These are mainly all the widgets. And then if you want, if you want to add stuff like apps, all you do is just press shortcuts, applications. There you go. They're here. Going back, and then that check mark you saw on the top when I get to it is how you customize the scene and the theme and all that stuff. By default, the Sony Xperia Ion comes with a lot of cool looking things. They're all the same thing, just different color backgrounds. I like them. It's just that they're standard. What do you expect? The speaker on here is a pretty damn good speaker. Here, let me get something out to play. Let's try Unicorn Live. Pretty decent speaker. It's 10 times better as my HTC Aria. Obviously because it's made by Sony. And a lot of things made by Sony are freaking awesome. And another thing about the videos I take on here and the camera, everything is optimized by the mobile Sony Bravia engine, which is fucking awesome. Which means I get the absolute best quality this phone can put out. Overall, this phone is a fucking powerhouse. I even said it when I first got this phone to myself. This phone is a powerhouse. I'll probably not upgrade for 4 years instead of 2. Because I bet you anything this processor is fast. And honestly, it's the fastest I've ever held and seen. So I probably won't be upgrading for 4 years unless this has a cracked screen. And if I do, it'll probably be another Sony product like this. So overall, I see absolutely nothing wrong with this phone. The speed is absolutely amazing. It matches up there with the S3. From what I understand, this phone is a 2012 phone released alongside with the Sony Xperia S. I'm not totally sure. I looked it up last night. Don't remember a damn thing. But yeah, overall, I give this phone a 10 out of 10. I really do not see anything wrong with this phone. What I like about this phone personally is the camera, the front camera, the LED, the form factor. Yeah, it may be big, but I'm used to it now already, and I've been used to it since the first day. One thing this is just a nitpick, so it won't affect the score for me. I don't exactly like how the menu button's over here, and then the home button's right here. I prefer them switched so that the home button's here and the menu button's here. Other than that, it's a damn good phone. It's got a really better battery life than my Aria ever did or ever will. I'm probably gonna either scrap my Aria or sell it. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna do with it. Sorry. So overall, I give this phone a 10 out of 10 for form factor, its functionality, its speed, and just overall what you can do with it. So until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.